I studied 72 cognitive errors that distort the way traders think, decide, and manage risk. But one kept showing up again and again. And if you're still unprofitable despite trading a strategy that you know should be making you money, there's a good chance this is the reason why. Now, if you resonate with what I share on this YouTube channel, make sure you check out the resources in the description and the first comment. I've got my free Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset training and tool. And I've also recently opened up a few spots to work directly one-on-one with myself. So there's a link there to complete a quiz assessment that asks a few questions about your trading, and I'll reach out directly to see if we're a good fit. Now, the one cognitive error that kept showing up over and over again was confirmation bias. And the interesting thing about these cognitive errors is that they're a blind spot in the human psychology. You don't notice they're there until they're pointed out to you. But confirmation bias is the single biggest cognitive error or bias that I've seen cost traders money every single month. Now, confirmation bias is subtle. You could have in previous trades and previous trading experiences, very pleasurable experiences in the past in the market, where you made some money on a particular setup or on a particular trade, or when you're back testing a particular trade or a particular setup. You can inflate this idea and this pleasurable experience in your mind, which builds up a sense of pride and a sense of pleasure when you see that particular setup. Now, like I mentioned, this could be from previous trades that were profitable. This could be through back-tested data where you learn to associate this particular setup as has a high strike rate, tends to be profitable, and is very positive. And we build up this idea in our mind. Now, that idea of the past creates a certain expectation that the market is going to provide us the same result when we see that same setup. So when we come to the market in the present day and we trade it and we see the same technical component aligning or the same setup that resembles the trade we've seen in the past or the back-tested data, we can create an expectation in our mind that that same outcome is going to come in. And we hold on to this belief that the trade has to play out how it's played out in the past. And what happens in that moment through confirmation bias is we selectively let in information that supports that belief or that bias. What can happen is we then tend to go down to lower time frames, or we add indicators on that we never looked at prior, or we go to correlating pairs or assets to look for confirming signs that our belief or our idea is correct. And through confirmation bias, we only let in information that supports the idea that we're going to win on this trade. And through disconfirmation bias, we block out any ideas that run counter to that idea that this trade has to be a win. And of course, past performance in the market or past trades or even back-tested data is no guarantee that this trade is going to be profitable in the individual trade. So what tends to happen with traders is because they're selectively letting in only the positives and blocking out any risks or cues that show contrary ideas to their belief, is that the traders who take those trades then inevitably, based on their sample space, eventually experience a painful loss because the reality of the market, the loss doesn't match that belief or that expectation they had going into that trade. And because of that painful loss, they tend to be triggered into destructive trading patterns, overtrading, revenge trading, feeling the need to get back into the market to make back money. And they tend to spiral in that state because of a strong unmet expectation. So confirmation bias is very common in the moment right before you're about to take a trade. And if you've ever had that feeling of convincing yourself to take a trade and then looking back on that trade and thinking, why on earth did I take that trade? It doesn't really match my setup. It doesn't really match my rules. Now that you can see it clearly after the fantasy is shattered by the painful loss, and you look back on that trade and you think that wasn't really part of my setup, a lot of the reasoning and justification to getting into that trade is because of confirmation bias. Because we're selectively letting in only the positives, only the ideas that support our belief, and we're blocking out any cues or risks that run counter to that. So confirmation bias and disconfirmation bias distort the lens and distort your ability to see the market clearly. The market is always constantly trying to communicate to you information, price over time. But when we hold strong beliefs of pleasurable wins in the past and strong biases on our trades and on our setups, and we have certain pains in the past that we're trying to avoid, then what happens is through confirmation bias and disconfirmation bias, this information is skewed and scattered, and only some of that information is let in. Only the information that supports our pleasures and our wants and our beliefs in that moment. Now, of course, trading from a state where you're only letting in selective information from the market is what leads you to being humbled by the market. Because in that moment, we're projecting what we want onto the market. We're not listening to the market, and we're ignoring important information that runs counter to our idea in that moment, which is what leads us to taking setups that aren't really there, to creating and justifying why we're taking setups when the market doesn't really clearly show that it's the right time for that just yet. So what I've noticed, the difference between traders who have consistent profitability versus those who stay unprofitable, is their ability to manage this clouded lens and confirmation bias and transition from a trader that's distorted and has a distorted lens to a clear lens. A clear lens is one where the trader is not highly attached to their belief or their bias or pleasurable trades in the past, or trying to avoid painful trades in the past. And as a result, they have more of a balanced perspective. They're not seeking after a specific outcome in the individual trade, trying to avoid a specific outcome in that individual trade. They have more of a poised, balanced perspective. They take trades based on their system and their trading plan, not seeking after the positive outcome or trying to avoid the pain of the negative outcome. They're embracing more so of either outcome in the market, and that allows them to see the market more clearly, not riddled by confirmation bias. So managing confirmation bias, when I work with the trader one-on-one to help them have more of a clear lens in the moments it matters most, because that's ultimately when you're making the decision, what we address are these past experiences, these beliefs, and what pains and pleasures actually led you to forming those beliefs in the first place. And we address those pains and pleasures, those pleasurable trades in the past that you've experienced with your setup that lead you to believing it has a high strike rate, or that pleasurable data you've gotten in back-tested data. I help the traders go back to those moments and see what are the drawbacks in those moments to break the attachment to that pleasure, because they're assuming there's a benefit without a drawback in that moment. And the survival bias is blocking out certain information. So I help them see the drawbacks in those moments as well. And the certain painful experiences and the painful trades that they're trying to disassociate from to create those pleasurable experiences, what were the benefits in those moments? So they can really stabilize the previous experiences in their mind, and they don't come to the market seeking a certain outcome, which is a reflection of those previous trades, or trying to avoid a painful outcome, which is a reflection of those previous trades. So they're more poised. And when they're in a more poised state, they're less coming to the market wanting something from the market on that individual trade, and they're more able to listen. What's the market communicating in this moment? And now if the market aligns with what my system shows, I make a decision to get part of that trade with calculated risk management, but I'm not going into that trade expecting or wanting something on that individual trade, which is what promotes the confirmation bias in the first place. And it distorts your ability to see the market clearly. And it distorts your ability to be present with the market and have consistent profitability, because you're forcing your ideas onto the market, not listening to the market. So confirmation bias is the specific bias that will undermine your ability to actually listen and be present with the market and have consistent profitability. It comes from these previously stored in the subconscious mind, the previous experiences that we label good and pleasurable and we seek after, and these painful moments in the past that we label bad and try and avoid. And it also comes part of the pre-trade expectations that we set, and being attentive to, am I taking this trade because I want a specific outcome on this trade, and I'm just taking it because I think it's going to give me this pleasurable outcome? Because in that moment you're going to use any justification and any reasoning, go down to lower time frames, look at alternative assets, correlating assets, and you're going to find any reason to justify your belief in that moment to get into that trade. Those are the traders who get stuck in the boom and bust cycle. They stay unprofitable. The traders who've done the work on their subconscious mind to address these charges and they've also done the work to manage their expectations pre-trade and manage confirmation bias right before they're about to take a trade, are the traders that are actually able to make decisions that align with their plan, that are present with the market, that are using moderated risk management. These are the traders that are able to have consistent profitability. Managing confirmation bias can be one of the trickiest parts of the trading journey, but when you sit down and you work through the specific things that need to be worked through, and working with a performance coach like myself that has an understanding that I can pass on to you to be able to manage these experiences, then you allow yourself to trade with a clear lens. See the market for what it is as opposed to what you want it to be or what you think it is in that moment. And that's when you can make present decisions with the market. Now, traders, I made a video not long ago covering 7 biases, 7 cognitive errors that affect you at every single stage of the trading journey, from back testing to your monthly review, pre-trade expectations, post-trade, when you do your weekly review. I show you 7 different biases that are bleeding you money in the market. So if you resonate with this particular lecture, if you see the importance of managing your cognitive errors, then I encourage you to check out that video as well. I'm gonna leave it and have it pop up on your screen at the end of this video, so you can click on that next and watch that next. If you found this video useful, if you got one new insight, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure if you resonate with my insights, you check out those resources in the description below. The free Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset training, which if you don't already have, I encourage you to sign up for and use before every trade. And also, if you want to look at doing one-on-one coaching with myself, to complete that quiz, and I'll reach out to you very shortly. Traders, thank you for watching to the end. Again, if you want to learn more on cognitive errors, I want you to watch this video next that's going to pop up on your screen, and I'll see you all very soon.